few minutes overview of what's happening in general and what London Gateway is all about. I know many of you have been here before, some of you haven't. So hopefully it will put things into perspective when we get onto the environmental topic in particular. We hope to attract foreign companies when they're looking to set up in Europe to look at the UK first, and then hopefully to look at London Gateway as well as their point of distribution around the UK, and hopefully also into Europe. When companies are here, they've got three ways to get out. They've got the road, they've also got the railway, and we've got our coastal shipping networks as well, because the warehousing is right next to the docks. Key points for us, we're an island nation. 95% of all of our trade comes by sea. We don't think that that will change. And of that, about 70% comes from the Far East and the subcontinent. The primary engine rooms of world trade. So it's crucially important that this island nation keeps itself connected to what I call the M1 of world trade. And we don't become reliant on other non-UK ports to serve our trade. So London Gateway is here to look after the UK. It's a national hub port, but it's more than just a container port. You're also sitting now in what will be the largest logistics park in Europe. DP World committed itself to moving ahead with London Gateway and creating the initial infrastructure. And we were pleased to welcome the Prime Minister and Lord Mandelson down here on the 5th of January. And one of the key points from the UK's perspective is this is the UK's single largest job creation project. It happens to be here in the south of Essex. So we will generate 12,000 direct jobs here at London Gateway, and in total 36,000 jobs will be reliant and created by our investment. Ingredients of getting the bigger ships with all of our cargo as close as we can to the point of consumption. And how it will benefit all of us is to take road miles off our national network quite significantly. And our independent estimates, authenticated by the government, is that will equate to 65 million HGV miles every year will be saved, and that's the equivalent of 2,000 trucks off our national road networks every day. So say London Gateway is a combination of port, but it also allows companies to hold their stock right next to the docks rather than having to take it 100 or so miles inland. So going back to the foundation stone of what made London the biggest port in the world in the first place, and from that cornerstone, our banking systems, our finance systems, commodity trading, the stock exchange, built on the back of our ability to physically trade efficiently.
Basic questions. First of all, have there been any significant modifications to the plans that were outlined originally? And I also noticed, I think the figure 600 million would be banded around then. It now seems to have gone up to 1.5 billion.
Where was the 600 million?
That's what, I think what we carried in our original story just over 2 years ago.
Right. The project cost is price tag to 1.5 billion, and that hasn't changed. That is the project in its entirety, and is not the cost of the dredge and the reclamation. The timing is right now for us to step forward and get on with the dredging and the reclamation. It also coincides with the approval of licenses. So we are to the degree where we have others that we are reliant on before we can push a green light. All of those licenses, as Mark has said, are now in place, and we're very pleased that DP World is able to commit itself and move ahead.